Number 5, love. Or more interesting, love as freedom. So I shared to you earlier that, a lot of times our love in the current script is possessive, it's jealous, it's greedy, it comes from lack. So I want to give you a new perspective of love. And it's not easy. And it's the idea of love as freedom. So in the sexual renaissance, we choose abundant love over limiting fear. So when we look at that possessive love, what is really the source of it? It's the fear of abandonment. It's the fear of loss. It's the fear that somebody will be loved more than us. So if it is the fear of something, it cannot be love. It's fear. Love is not fear. Fear is not love. Love is love. Fear is fear. So when we're interacting with others, what would it look like if love was present? Love would not be attached to an outcome. Fear is attached to an outcome because it's attached to what it will look like if we lose it. Love recognizes that we are already whole. Yes, we want to meet another individual. Yes, we want to go into sacred relationship. Yes, we want to be in the depth of a feeling of sharing. But it's not possessive. And possessive love is just fear. So I'm telling you straight. That's it. So love as freedom celebrates our partner's achievements and our partner's expansion. Think about that. Think about when you've been in relationship and you've got a job promotion, or you have the ability to travel for a month that you never had before, and our partner is like, yeah, I'm happy for you, kind of, not really. They're not really happy for you because they're scared. They're scared that they're going to lose you. They're scared that they're going to be outgrown, that you're going to be left behind. So it's a perfect example that, love celebrates the expansion of the other. And I hate to say it, but sometimes the expansion of the other goes beyond self. And that's where real love shows up. Where I could look at my partner and look at her and say, man, I really hate the fact that you're going to be leaving me for a year, which means that our relationship is going to be put on hold or pause, or maybe it's ending. Maybe this chapter of our relationship is ending, and that hurts like a bitch. But I could celebrate your expansion. Love celebrates the expansion of your partner or of the beloved. So rest in that. Start to feel that. That's completely new. That's completely revolutionary. That is, no, it's not revolutionary, it's the Renaissance. It's a practice. So I'm not expecting people to understand this, accept this, integrate this in this 1 second, this 2-hour conversation. It's about connecting to the bigger love. And this is going to be the next point. It's like when we understand that we are love, that we are connected to Source, that we are the expression of Source, that we are expression of love in its nature, that the possessiveness is only the ego living in the small version of ourselves, the disconnected, the separated version of ourself. That's where we're at. So this brings us to, if you really want to get into a love affair, if you really want to fall in love, if you really want to get into empowered marriage, do it with yourself first. Ask yourselves, how many times have you taken the time to really be with yourself? What happens when you're lonely? When you're alone, are you lonely or are you alone? There's a difference between loneliness and aloneness. Loneliness is a lack of presence that means that there is a despair of the ego because it's not being seen, it's not being reflected upon. Aloneness is the fact of just being in presence with yourself. And it's in aloneness. Like, my biggest teaching of this has been in the 2-3 times after a deep relationship where I was in depression because I've lost and so on and so forth. I was in deep aloneness. And what I realized is I like my presence because I got to do introspection. I got to do the work and see everywhere where I was in the wounded feminine instead of the sacred feminine, where I was in my unhealthy masculine versus my awakened masculine. And all this helped me really integrate more pieces. And it's always a work in progress.